All right, guys, part 3 out of 3. Now let's look at ellipses in general form. So there is a form for ellipses called general form, and it is not very conducive towards knowing hardly anything about the ellipse. So standard form, remember, it helped us visualize the major axis, the minor axis, exactly how large they were going to be so we could find vertices, co-vertices, the center. It laid it all out for us, right? Even helped us find the foci. General form, you'll notice, also graphs this ellipse. However, it's not very conducive towards interpreting the features of the ellipse. So let's get started. The task right here is how to turn general form over into standard form. So here we go. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to group my x's together. So I've got x squared plus 6x and y squared, 9y squared minus 9dy. And I move my 225 to the right side. Again, I use Desmos to verify that my step is correct. Okay. Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to factor out the 9 from the y's. That leaves me with y squared minus 10y inside of parentheses. Okay, equivalent ellipse. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to complete the square. All right, for completing the square, this is something that we did with parabolas, but I am still using b over 2 squared. So I'm taking 6, dividing it by 2, and squaring that number. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, squared is 9. So I complete the square for my x's, 9. And I complete the square for my y's, which gives me 25 because I had a negative 10y. And then what I do is I balance it over to the right side. So I need to make sure I add 9. Instead of subtracting 9 on the left side, I'm going to add 9 to the right side. I want all my numbers, my single numbers, on the right side. So I'm going to add 9 to the right side. And then instead of adding 25 to the right side, I'm going to add 9 times 25 because there is a 9 outside of those parentheses. Okay, so far so good. I just need to simplify a couple of things now. First thing that you can tell, well, negative 225 and 225, which is 9 times 25, is going to cancel out. So I'm left with 9 on my right side. And just so you can see that that is correct. Well, I got 9 on my right side. I factor 9 squared minus 10y plus 25 into y minus 5 quantity squared. And I factor x squared plus 6x plus 9 into x plus 3 quantity squared. All right. Remember, an ellipse to be for an ellipse to be in standard form, we're going to need for it to be equal to 1. So the last step that I'm going to do is I'm going to divide everything by 9. All right. And again, you can see that I did that correctly. So I divided both sides by 9. It looks like the y term already had a 9. So 9 divided by 9 is going to give me a 1. All right. Now I have it in standard form. So this is now x plus 3 quantity squared over 9 plus y minus 5 quantity squared over 1. And that is the same ellipse as what I started with. Now I can see it's centered. Center is going to be at negative 3, 5. All right, you notice that I got that just by looking at HK. If I look at the 9 underneath the Y, I can tell that this ellipse is going to go to the right 3 units, to the left 3 units along its major axis. If I look at the 1 underneath the Y fraction, I know that this the square root of 1 is going to be 1. So I know it's going to go up 1 unit and down 1 unit for its co-vertices. All right. And basically, that's about it. I could also go on to find my foci, which will not be too complicated. All right, I can remember my formula: a squared minus b squared equals c squared. All right, so I'm going to say 9 minus 1 equals c squared, or 8 equals c squared. So the square root of 8 equals c, or square root of 4 times the square root of 2 equals c, which is 2 root 2. That's my c value. So if I go 2 root 2 units to the right from the vertex, I will get my focus, and 2 root 2 units to the left of the center. I don't know if I said vertex previously, of the center. If I go to the left 2 root 2 units from the center, I will reach my other focus. So there you have it. That is a very quick video. You might want to rewind, pause it, but feel free to ask and comment with any questions that you might have. That is how to go from general form all the way back to lovely standard form. All right. And I hope you guys have a great day.